I realized my mom had always liked my brother better when I was 40 years old. Yeah, too late. Actually, not too late. That's when my baby was half a year old. We were visiting my parents and we were celebrating Chinese New Year with my brother's family as well. So my mom cooked a lot of food and my brother was there, his family was there, I was there, my sister's family was there, my parents were there, and my mom put all the good stuff, the food she cooked, right under my brother's chin at the table. My brother was like, Mom, why are you putting everything just closer to me? Li Ying, which is my name, is also eating it. And my mom said she didn't like this. I'm like, excuse me, I liked everything. So I said nothing. And then the next year, days before Chinese New Year, me and my mom got into an argument about my parents favoring my brother. So I brought it up and I told her about this. She's like, really? I didn't even remember. And I was upset, and I was just being silent. And then she probably felt embarrassed and she's like, oh, now you know how to complain about this. I thought you didn't even know how to complain about it. I'm like, so you knew you have always been doing this, and just because I didn't complain about it, you think I'm like a pushover or I'm okay with all of this? I was so mad. And if I'm not mistaken, it was the next day that my brother's family came over for lunch again. And she was using chopsticks, holding like a chicken leg. And she was like asking my brother, do you want this chicken leg? My brother, no, I don't like it. And then she asked my brother's son, do you want it? And then he was like, no, I don't want it. And then he asked my brother's wife, do you want this? And then she was like, I don't want it. And then she put it back. And I was like so mad. I'm like, we just had this conversation yesterday. I'm not saying like a chicken leg is, in her mind, it's great. It's the best part of the chicken. So her favorite son deserves to have this. If it's not her son, it's her grandson. If it's not her grandson, it's her daughter-in-law. That's their family. And I was like, I want it. And then my dad probably wanted to make a joke about it, or maybe he sensed that this was not right. And he made a joke. He said, oh, we almost forgot you guys. And he said it in Chinese, 我们忘了外姓人, which means we forgot about those who don't have our family name or who married out, And I was like, fuck it, I'm just eating it. And fuck it, I don't need to care about your feelings anymore. Now, from now on, if I'm not feeling happy about it, if I feel that I'm mistreated, I'll just voice it out. Now when I'm talking about it, I still have emotions about this, right? So, and I didn't realize this. She's been doing this for 40 years, and I just realized this, because she also kept saying every time before I had my kid, I visited them, and then she was like, oh, Li Ying doesn't like to eat meat, all of this, and she eats very simple. She keeps labeling me as a person who eats simple stuff, who doesn't want much of food and stuff, because let me give you some context. We grew up not poor, but it was like in the 80s, 70s, we didn't have like abundant stuff like we have right now, right? So if you have a little bit of good stuff as a mom, of course you'll give it to your kid, and she put herself last. Okay, I have to give her that, But now I think about it, she probably put my brother as priority, and then my sister and me, maybe, my dad and me and my sister, and then her, So, she probably is doing this subconsciously. Maybe that's because how she was raised, But now it's a different day, different age, different era, and that's not acceptable, especially after I have my own kids. I'm like, I'll never do that to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not over sacrificing myself. For example, if we have like 3 bananas, okay, everybody has 1. Like if she had 3 bananas, she would give them all to her kids, you know, and she wouldn't eat any, you know. So yeah, yeah, it's heavy, you know. It's heavy, you know. So right. Let's just stop right here, and I hope if you hear this, you have kids. Maybe there's still parents doing that. I wish no parents doing that. I wish every kid is seen, every kid is heard. You know. Thank you for the support.